You walked into that room. People were laughing, talking, having a good time, and somehow you felt completely invisible. Not ignored, not disliked, just unseen. Like you were made of glass and everyone looked right through you. If you know that feeling, this video is for you. Here is what makes this so painful. You are not alone in a room by yourself. You are surrounded by people, maybe your friends, your partner, your coworkers, and still something feels missing. You leave conversations feeling empty. You go home and wonder, does anyone actually see me? Not my productivity, not my smile, not the version of me that has it together. Me, the real one. That feeling has a name, and it has a psychological explanation, and it is not your fault. The Harvard study. Researchers at Harvard tracked over 700 people for 80 years, the longest study on human happiness ever conducted. What they found was not money, not success, not achievements. The single biggest predictor of well-being was this: feeling truly known by another person. Not liked, not admired, known. And the loneliest people in that study were not the ones without relationships. They were the ones who felt unseen within their relationships. Emotional invisibility. What science says. Psychologists call this emotional invisibility. It is the gap between being physically present and being emotionally witnessed. Dr. John Cacioppo spent 30 years studying loneliness at the University of Chicago. He found something that most people never consider. Loneliness is not about how many people are around you. It is about the quality of connection you feel with them. You can have 300 followers commenting on your photo and feel completely alone. You can be in a marriage for 10 years and feel like a stranger in your own home. Because what you are starving for is not more people, it is more depth. The female brain and connection. Here's something neuroscience tells us specifically about women. The female brain has stronger mirror neuron activity. This means women process emotional connection more intensely. When you feel disconnected, your brain registers it like physical pain. This is not weakness. This is biology. You were wired for depth, and when you do not have it, something fundamental feels wrong. Let me give you 3 psychological truths most women never hear. Truth 1. Invisibility is a learned survival skill. You did not become invisible by accident. At some point in your life, being seen felt unsafe. Maybe when you spoke up, you were dismissed. Maybe when you cried, you were told to stop. Maybe the loudest person in the room always got hurt. So your nervous system made a quiet decision. Stay small, stay safe. Psychologists call this a fawn response. It's what happens when we learn that taking up space has consequences. You became agreeable. You became accommodating. You became easy. And those traits got rewarded. People called you low maintenance. People said you were so easygoing. But no one saw the cost. The problem is that was then. This is now. And you are still living by rules that no longer protect you. Truth 2. People can only see what you show them. Here's something painful but absolutely true. If you hide yourself, people will relate to the version you present. You smile when you're breaking. You say, "I'm fine," when you're not. You ask how they are to avoid being asked about yourself. You redirect every conversation away from your pain. You laugh at the right moments. You perform wellness. And then you wonder why no one truly knows you. That is not their failure. That's the wall you built, brick by brick, year by year, to protect yourself from the very connection you're desperately craving. The armor kept you safe, but it also kept everyone out. Truth 3. Feeling invisible is not the same as being invisible. Your feelings are real. I'm not dismissing them. But psychology has a concept called confirmation bias. Your brain actively searches for evidence that confirms what it already believes. If you believe you are invisible, your brain collects proof. Every glance someone missed, every name someone forgot, every conversation that moved on too quickly. Your brain bookmarks all of it and builds a case against your own worth. But here's what's actually true. Slow, powerful, direct into camera. You are not invisible. You are unseen by yourself first. The harshest critic of your presence is you. I want to tell you about two women. Story 1, Sarah. She was 31, smart, funny, had a good job and good friends. On paper, her life looked full, but every Friday night she would come home from dinner with her girls and cry in her car before going inside. Not because anything bad happened, because nothing real happened. She had laughed at every joke, she had asked about everyone's week, she had been the glue of the conversation. But not once did she say, "I have been struggling lately. I feel really alone. I need someone to ask how I actually am." She never gave anyone the chance, and so no one ever knew. 6 months later, she told me, "I realized I had become a guest at my own friendships." Let that sit, then shift. Story 2, Diane. Diane was 38, married for 11 years, 3 kids, successful husband. Everyone around her thought she was thriving. She sat across from her husband every night at dinner and felt further from him than any stranger on the street. She had stopped sharing her thoughts years ago because he was busy, because the timing was never right, because she did not want to be a burden. She had convinced herself she did not need to be seen until she could not get out of bed one morning and her body said, "Enough." Pause, then warm again. What changed everything? Both women eventually did the same thing. They stopped pretending they were okay. Sarah told her friends one night, "I feel really invisible lately, even around you guys." The table went quiet, and then one by one, every single woman at that table said, "Me too." The loneliness was not in the room, it was in the silence, and one honest sentence broke it. Sit up straight, eyes bright. This is where Maya becomes a coach, strong, clear, empowering. So what do you actually do with all of this? First, understand something important. This is not about changing other people. This is about reclaiming your own presence. Step 1, stop performing okayness. The next time someone asks how you are, try telling a small truth, not the full breakdown, just one honest sentence. "I have been feeling a little disconnected lately. I am going through something and I'm still processing it. Honestly, I have been better." That is enough. That is a door, and real connection walks through doors like that. Step 2, notice where you make yourself small. Do you change your opinion when someone disagrees? Do you apologize before sharing a thought? Do you say yes when your whole body means no? Do you minimize your own pain so others feel comfortable? Do you laugh things off that actually hurt you? These are not personality traits. These are survival habits. And survival habits can be examined. They can be questioned. They can be changed. You do not have to perform smallness anymore. No one is making you. Step 3, witness yourself before asking to be seen. Slow down completely. This is the most important step. Every morning, before the noise starts, ask yourself one question. What am I actually feeling right now? Not what you should be feeling, not what is productive or logical. What is actually alive in you today? Name it, even just to yourself, because visibility starts inside. When you acknowledge your own experience first, you stop needing everyone else to do it for you. And paradoxically, that's when they start to. You cannot be truly seen by others until you stop hiding from yourself. You are not too much. You are not too little. You are a woman who learned to disappear, to keep the peace, to protect the room, to make everyone else comfortable. And somewhere in that process, You lost the thread back to yourself. Pause, and then land this firmly and clearly. This is not a flaw. This is a pattern. And patterns can be understood. Patterns can be interrupted. Patterns can be changed. That's what we do here at Mind Her. If this video made you feel seen, even slightly, I want you to drop a comment below. Tell me, where in your life do you feel most invisible? Work, relationships, even with yourself? I read every single comment, and your answer matters. And if you're ready to go deeper, the next video is waiting for you, because what we talked about today is just the beginning. Final look. Hold eye contact for 3 full seconds. Soft, knowing smile. Take your time. You already know the truth. You just needed someone to say it out loud. I'll see you in the next one.